Today we have seen a huge step in the correct direction for UAP disclosure, as there is a significant congressional briefing titled Understanding UAP Science, National Security and Innovation, which is hosted by the UAP Disclosure Fund, which has recently been started up. And this is one of 2 UAP hearings that will be taking place across the course of May. There were supposed to be 2 that took place today, but one got postponed because Congress had some other issues to attend to. But this is also in collaboration with the House Committee on Oversight and Accountability. Now, the event started at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time in the Rayburn House Office building, room 2247, and it was live streamed for public access. So basically, everyone had an opportunity to get involved with this. This wasn't like a behind closed doors and then, information was just kind of snuck out the back door. You could see this take place in real time as it happened. And the idea is to basically push a narrative of transparency. And they've gone about it the right way by allowing anybody to join through this live stream. But there are obviously some key notable people who are taking place within this congressional hearing and some leading experts. So these people include Lou Elizondo, who is a former military intelligence officer who ran the Pentagon program investigating UAP sightings until 2017, moderated all 3 planned discussion panels. And he's also a board member of the UAP Disclosure Fund. You've also got Michael Gold, who is a former NASA associate administrative and member of NASA's UAP Independent Study Team. Tim Gallaudet, who is a retired US Navy Rear Admiral who joined the UAPDF, or UAP Disclosure Fund Advisory Board in February of 2025, and other experts in science, defense, and technology participated, though specific names beyond these were not listed and detailed in available sources. And members of Congress were also present, though specific lawmakers were not named or provided within the information. So there were like 3 key points that they wanted to tackle within this, and that was science, national security, and innovation. Those were the things that they really wanted to disclose about UAP implications with regards to those specific categories. And then I assume as these congressional hearings take place more and more, they will kind of peel back the layers like an onion, as Shrek would say. All right. Now, the objectives are for the UAP Disclosure Fund aimed to provide Congress with scientific first looks at UAPs, highlighted their relevance to national security and innovation, and Executive Director Yong Fung, emphasized replacing speculation with evidence-based discussion and informed fact-based legislations. Now, one of the biggest things that has come out off the back of this UAPDF hearing is a photo from Lou Elizondo. Now, this photo has absolutely lit up the community, because everyone's looking at this photo as brand spanking new evidence. So in the photo, it's not incredibly clear to see, but we can see that there appears to be some kind of disc-shaped object, obviously, right here, casting a rather large shadow, and then what looks to be a little fighter jet over here. Now, here is Lou, of course, holding the image, okay? We can see it there. This is Lou on the speaker's pedestal, showing it to the world, essentially. And, like I say, people have been dissecting this, looking at it. I have no doubt that people will attempt to discredit it in some capacity. But as you can see, it's blatantly there. It looks pretty huge. It's really difficult to get the context of, the surrounding areas. But fortunately, there were some little nuggets of information that we got given with regards to this, to do with this photograph. So, based off of the information that we have got, so description of the image. So the appearance, the photograph depicted a quote silver disc on lenticular or lens-shaped object, estimated to be 600 to 1,000 feet in size, casting a massive shadow onto the ground below. Now, the object was described as being below the aircraft from which the photo was taken. For context, Elizondo presented the image during the briefing to illustrate reported UAP sightings, emphasizing its significance in the context of science, national security, and innovation discussions. The photo was submitted to Congress as part of the briefing materials. Now, this is a weird one, of course, because if you take another look at the photo with that kind of context in mind, this is allegedly between 600 and 1,000 feet in size. That is huge. This is absolutely ginormous. And the fact that nobody saw this, kind of, like, how does something like this big slip under the radar? Do you know what I mean? Now, for authenticity and verification, Elizondo's statement states, according to Elizondo, could not personally vouch for the authenticity of the photograph, as it was provided by a private pilot. No additional information was given regarding the validity of during the briefing, and some users on X especially expressed confidence that the image is actually real and the object could likely be identified with further details like the date, time, and location of the photograph. However, these details were not provided during the briefing, and there is no indication from the provided sources that the image has been officially verified or analyzed by government agencies like the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office or other scientific bodies. So obviously that brings in a lot of questions with regards to this image, because people are starting to wonder, well, how do we know that this is authentic then? Because it hasn't been verified. It hasn't been, run through tests. It hasn't been given a good opportunity to be verified, and it's been submitted to Congress as almost, fact to a degree. Now, this is where the issue with Lou Elizondo does tend to come in from time to time. He's been criticized heavily for these kinds of stunts in the past, kind of jumping headfirst into these kinds of things, just dishing out evidence, just willy-nilly. And people don't tend to take too kindly to this, because they're like, well, how do we know that you're giving us fact-based evidence? Well, we can't validate that. I guess ultimately it's up to us. But this was one of the greatest things that came out of the hearing, to be perfectly honest. It was a good hearing. It was very good. It was informative. But of course, this photo did kind of steal the limelight from Lou Elizondo. But again, with the fact that it's not been verified or validated or, confirmed to be completely legit, bear in mind it's allegedly 600 to 1,000 feet in size. Yeah, that's pretty ropey. What do you guys think, though? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Genuinely, I'm truly curious about what you make of this. Is it real? Is it not? Does Lou's track record kind of give it an air of suspicion? I don't know. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button and subscribe. We're on the grind, posting daily about the UAP topic, so be sure to keep yourselves up to date, especially by tickling that little bell. Until next time, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed, and I'll speak to you later. Peace.